Hello, everyone. Excellent. Okay, so now it's 7 o'clock Eastern time. Thank you very much to participate this event. So this event is hosted by Flutter Meetup Ottawa group. That's a part of the series of the event Flutter Learn from Expert. So today I will be the speaker to just introduce the Dart language. So same as usual, so we record this event so everyone can see this event further if you want. Okay, so let's start. Thank you very much. Yeah, so today's topic is learn Dart language in 40 minutes, because we try to introduce the basic concept for beginners. So if you are recurrently, okay, yes. So I can quickly introduce this group. My name is Yufeng Chen. I am the organizer of the Flutter Meetup Ottawa group, so actually this group. Usually we have monthly free activity like today. Most time is the third Wednesday of the month. Sometimes it's last week of the month, but most time it's Wednesday. And so we welcome everyone to participate, to join the event. If you have any topic you want to introduce, definitely that's welcome. Yeah, just send message to me. Yeah, so if you want to contact me, I have a LinkedIn page. Yeah, you can connect me, send me message. That's the most efficient way, because today has so many social networks, so many accounts, it's very hard to imitate. So I most time use LinkedIn because that's more professional. Sometimes you also can see or read my blogs at templespark.com. So sometimes I just introduce something there. Yeah. So today, in this 40 minutes, we try to give the quick introduction of the Dart programming language. Yeah. So the topic, including the introduction, getting started, the basic of Dart functions, OOP, error handling, and sometimes more if we have time. If not, you can read it later. Yeah. So one thing is here, when you go this GitHub, all the demo today, you can find from here. So I can copy this link to our chat if you are interested. And yeah, so you can click there. So the first question is, what is Dart and why we use it, why we need it? Yeah. So Dart was introduced by Google in 2011 as an alternative to JavaScript. You know, it's 2011, that's almost 14, 15 years ago. The web development was a domain for the software development. So everyone think about at that time, JavaScript wasn't perfect. So they try to find some alternative. However, Google uses Dart, not purely. Okay, but you put the link to this meeting. Sorry, you can. Okay, what do you mean? Can you just let me know by you paste it? Yeah. Oh, you mean this presentation? Is this the presentation? Yeah. So okay, I can do that one. That's no problem. So let's share that one. Share to others. And just give me 1 second. Okay, so that's I can share anyone with a link, and I copy the link. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So, okay, so that's the two things. One is the link of this presentation. So that's this one. GitHub. I think that's my problem. When I copy, I didn't copy that one. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. GitHub. Yeah, so that's one. Yeah, so you can. Thank you very much. So you have any question? That's, yeah, no problem at all. No problem at all. All right, so let's go back to our there. So you have the two links. One is this presentation, and another is GitHub. But yeah, so when does Google introduce this Dart programming language? Actually, the Google didn't use this for web development to replace JavaScript. Actually, they extend this Dart programming language to build a Flutter framework. Yeah, so it's like this short Flutter. So because Flutter gradually become the one of the mainstream framework for mobile development. As today, actually, if you want to build a mobile application, you can do the native. For Android, you can use Kotlin. If you do iOS, you can go Swift, the former Objective-C. But if you want to do the hybrid development, it's the Flutter is one of the most popular one. Yeah. So why that we use Dart? Because you can use a single code base to build natively compliant application for mobile, web, and desktop. Right now, we have very strong communities and the ecosystem for Dart and Flutter. So you can find lots of package on pub.dev. So this is pub and down here. And this is a modern programming language. So it says that all the modern features of programming language. It's also backed by Google. So learn something. The key thing is job, right? We can use that one for fun, but most time we want to use this skill for living. And so you can here, you can go to Indeed. So I'm in Canada, so it's actually a CA part. And if you search Dart Flutter and real time, right now you can see 24 jobs. And one of them here is a CMIC, at least here. Because I know one of the developer who is my friend on LinkedIn. So he says, okay, can you just promote my company? We'll try to hire. So if you are interested, you can go Indeed, and here they will show what's the criteria, what's the requirement. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Thank you very much. There, you paste a very good link here. Okay. So now let's start. And 40 minutes. So we try our best to have this program language. The first one to install, we can go to this website called dart.dev get start. So Dart SDK is a software development kit toolkit. They support Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, and also the different architecture is very broad. For the development, we also use IDE, integrated development environment. There's a lot of IDEs. You can even use a Notepad if you want. But the most powerful one is Visual Studio Code. We call VS Code. And So you can download this VS Code, Visual Studio Code, from Microsoft. It's free, yeah, it's and open source there. Just a reminder, everyone, is Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio are different products. Yeah. So the Visual Studio Code is very light, with very light IDE. For today, if you want to try something, if you haven't installed the Dart SDK, you don't have this IDE, one of the best way to learn, actually, you can use Dartpad. That's an online free tool. So I will use this one for today demo, and I can make it a little bigger on site so everyone can see what we have. Yeah. So that's one. Oh, okay. I just flash my screen. Yes, yeah. So it's similar to Java, definitely. If you know the Java, that'll be very quick to know that one. Okay, so I gave the link here. So all the source code for today is actually in this GitHub, and so you can either forks, you can download, you can get a copy if you like. All right, so before we start all the basics, yeah, so you can say, okay, I want to see the new. Actually, when you load that one, they automatically give you one simple example. And we can see friends, hello world. Yeah, you know, in this programming world, hello world is very classic statement. Yeah, so that's you run, and you will see the result here. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes quick, based on lots of factors. Yeah. But this is free. It's very easy to use. Yeah. So now we can go back to start from our basic Dart. So when you know any programming language, actually start from variable and the data. In Dart, they have the number, string, boolean for the primary data. They also have the list, map, and others called advanced data. And they also have the special keyword to define how variable looks like or how it works. Yeah. So we can go to this GitHub here. And so in chapter 2, and we had all the source code list here. So for example, if we want to know the number, yeah, so you can see we copy that one and back here. Yeah, so you can see you can define the number as integer. You also can define the variable as double, and then you can print. So that's the one thing for string format in Dart. You can use a $sign and just following the variable name, and they will automatically assign the value to here. So you will see the result will be the age. You can see the age 30, automatically the value signed here, and 5.9 automatically signed here. And all the other string just show. So that will be easy, looks like an easy format to do that one. Yeah. And then we can see string. Yeah, so we already see the string, so now we see the more strings here. Yeah. So you can see, you can define one variable name to string. And you also can define another variable and assign the value from the previous you already defined to that one. So then you can get a new string variable. Yeah, so you can see the hello, they print the name automatically. Yeah. And another next one is Boolean. Boolean is very easy, just a true and false. Yeah. Yeah, just true and false. So I don't paste this one. So you can go, maybe I can get a little bit bigger. Everyone can see. Yeah. So it's a student is true, is active false, then you print the same format and the dollar sign, just following the variable name. So they will print out. Next one is more a little bit complex, called list and map. So let's see what this and looks like. Yeah. So this is one. So we can copy here. Yeah, you will find lots of features similar to other program language, because today definitely all the language share the same common features. Yeah. So for example, if you want to define the list, you can give this tag, what kind of data you want to put this list. So then you can give this square bracket and just text in there. So then you can print. When you get data from the list, you can use the index, and all the list index from start from 0. So that's mean there. You can see you get 0. Yeah. So that's the first one. And if you see 3, what happened? Something wrong, because the index from 0, so that's a 0, 1, 2. If you want to get 3, definitely the index should be less than 3. And also to tell you what's the problem. So they give you lots of information here. We will have time to quickly introduce the event, the error handling here. And this one is you print single one. If you want print order, you can see print all foods. And you just give the dollar sign and group. And okay, so I change it back, otherwise we will get the error here. So you can see, okay, so they will print all of them. So you just pass the variable name, they will print all. Next one is map. Yeah. Map in some program language, they don't call map, they call dictionary. Because every data, every map includes a pair. One is a key, another is a value. So for this sample, so the key is string and the value is integer. But then you can get the data based on the key. Yeah, you can use a key. This one is use. I want to get the score of the join, the first one. So that's get one. Yeah. So that's quite simple here. So then we talk about one thing is here is a final and const. That's very interesting things here. So final means you can define a variable, and when you run the application, you have one chance to assign the value. And const actually is you need to define the value before you run the application. So that means in the compile time, the system will check if you already assigned the value or not. Yeah. So that's different. That's a big difference. So that const variable, you don't need to define any data type here. You just see the constant. But this one must be given before you run. This one is you can give the value after run, but only once. Only once. Another one is called var and dynamic. That's more interesting because this is a modern language, so that they have that features here. Yeah. So I just okay. So everything here. So here. So if you don't want to define a specific data type, you can use var or dynamic. The difference is if you use var and initially set the value as a string, this variable will keep as string. You cannot change to other data. But if you define as a dynamic, so for example, for this case, initially you define as hello is string, then you assign to 1, 2, 3 the integer, and then you change to true or false, that's Boolean, all works. But if you define it as var, no way. Yeah. So that's let me write that one. You can see. The use case, yes. The use case is sometimes when you, for example, if you load the data from the website remote, but at the beginning you don't know the data. You just want to get data first, then you do the later analysis. So then you can use that one. So then you can, otherwise you have to see, because you don't know, before you get data, you have no idea what it looks like, right? So you can use that. So this is a very important modern, one of the important feature in modern programming language. And so more practice, you will get more. So another one is for the basic, any kind of basics of the programming language is the control flow. The simple one is if else, so we can go here. So you can see, yeah, if else. Yeah, so you can define if something right, then we go here, otherwise go there. And you also can define more. Say, okay, else if age less than 1, then you want to do something, right? So you say, okay, print, you are an infant, for example. Yeah. So in this IDE, the dart pad, if you control S, it will automatically format your code. So when you run that one, because the age is 19, so definitely will print the first one. But if I change to 1, it should go second. So in this if else structure, you can define many else if. Yeah. Another one is loop. Loop has 2 kinds of loop here. You can see one is a regular for loop. So start initial value, and then the condition, and then you change the value, and it will print. And also you will see another called while loop. Yeah. So the while loop, okay, so I can copy that one quickly. So the while loop is they have the do while and also while. What's the difference? The do while is no matter the condition, they will run this piece code once initially. So then based on the condition, they will decide they will continue to run this piece or not. But if you start from the while, they will check condition first. If condition meet, they will run that one. Otherwise, they won't. Yeah. So for example, for this case, I say, okay, the count start from 0. Looks like no difference, right? But if I change to 10, you will see. Oh, sorry, that's a 10. So if the count equals 10, so you can see they will only print that one, and they never go this piece because the condition decides not go there. Yeah. Okay. The last one is switch case. Switch case is just to make the if else more structured, more simple. Yeah. So for this case, if you had a grid and then you pass this variable based on case, they will do all the stuff. Yeah. So this is a basics part of the Dart. And yeah, so then we go another way is a function. Time is flying. So the function defined, there's a two kinds definition of the function. One is just regular. Yeah, then we can go here. Say the function, just regular. Yeah. So regular is you define return tab. Either you have the tab or you don't have the return tab. You can use a void. Then function name. Then you parameter tab and parameter name. Then this is a function, and when you call, you just call that one. Another one is arrow. Yeah. So arrow is you don't looks like it's not tradition. It's you just return tab, and that one then you just use that one. So arrow use most likely to define a very simple structure. Yeah. If your logic is implementation is very complex, it's better use regular one. Yeah. So you can run this one by yourself. And so then we would like to quickly review this parameter. That's very interesting things there. In Dart, they have several options. Oh, what's the problem there? Yeah. So for parameter, we had different options. We can positional option, we can named, and we can default value. Yeah. So let's quickly introduce. The first one is the position. Yeah. So position is here. You can see you define this one as a position. That means you have to. This is required. You always need this variable. The second one is not required. So for example, if we copy that one. Oh. Yeah. So you can see the first one you pass the name in, they will print the name, but you didn't pass the age. So that's no age print. Second one, you had age, then they print age at that part. Yeah. So that's the first one. The second one is name. You use a name. And so you use a name. The structure is, you can see, you use the curly bracket and make sure everything's there. So then when you call, you can use the name, give the value, name, and give the value. So this is another modern, it's a key feature for modern language. And because you use a name, so that means the position of the sequence is doesn't matter. So it's, for example, if I move this age from here to the top, when I run this application, it still print like that one. Yeah, so that's even though you give the age as the first position, but the system know the age is here. Yeah, so that's so when you go Flutter environment, there has a lots kind definition. Looks like that way. Yeah. Okay. And then the defined value, I think that you can go this GitHub to see more example here. Let's go to another topic because this is the key things we want to introduce is object-oriented programming language. Because this is modern language, the OOP is the fundamental feature. So there are the two concepts or two terminology for OOP, class and object. The class is a blueprint for creating object. it defines the properties, methods, or call functions that objects created from this class can use. So for example, the class looks like you want to build the big building, and you have the architecture map or design map. That's class. Then you can use this map to build a real building. That's real building actually is called object. So that means that one class can generate many objects. Yeah. So how to define a class and how to create objects? So then we can go here, then there will be chapter 4. So we can see here. Yeah. So okay, so we maybe just use this one, maybe simple. And so you can define a class is keyword, then class name. Then you define property. Sometimes called property, sometimes called attribute, someone called fields. It's the same meaning. And then you give the data type and variable name. Also, you can give constructor. So that means how to initialize this class. Then you define the method, sometimes called function, sometimes method, yeah, and what they can do. So when you use this class, you need to create objects. For example, for this one, we create one object per person. So that's the initial. In Dart, if you know the Java, you know is when you create a new object, you need a new. But in Dart, you can use a new, but you also don't use it. So that means new is optional. Most time, actually, from the recommendation from Google, you don't use it because you don't need that one. Yeah. So then you define the two variables, you pass different value. So the class is the same, but the object's different. So then you get that one. So you can see if we copy. Oh, I know. So you can see when you print the value of the two objects, you return the value based on your input. Yeah. So that's when after you define the class, initialize the object, there's another concepts are very important for OOP. One is called inheritance, another is called polymorphism. Inheritance is a fundamental principle of OOP that allows one class to inherit the properties or method from another one. And the polymorphism allows the method to do the different things. So they call method overriding. So we will see each one, okay? And you can go here. Yeah, so you can see this vehicle. Oh. Okay, let's go back here. So you can see when you have the vehicle, okay, a bit smaller. Yeah. So you define the class as a vehicle. Then you define another class called car. So the vehicle will be called superclass. This is a subclass. And you extend that one, that's inheritance. And one of the things you inherited is to overwrite the same method, same name. That's called polymorphism. Yeah. So then you call, you can see you generate the car. Actually, they include the car itself and also the information from the parent. And you also can print the parent, the superclass method called here. To do this all things, you can have the different keyword to define the different need. One is called abstract. Yeah. So we can define this animal class as abstract. So then we define the one method just to give the method name. There's no any implementation. So then when you dog extend this animal, and then you can override and implement it. So then you can see the dog also can call the superclass method with the sleep. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see the bark is the method in the dog, and sleep actually from the superclass. So the abstract extend, so that's actually the together. So you define the abstract class, then you extend. Yeah. It's called inheritance. Override is a polymorphism. So it's a concept is mixed together. Yeah. Another thing is implement. Yeah. That's a very interesting concept here. So here is a example for implement. So implement, actually, you define a class, just give the method's name, and you don't need to implement anything. So then you can implement just specific for this, all the methods defined here, and then you can use. Yeah. Actually, you can use extend as well. In Dart, one very interesting concept introduced, actually this one. So this is why this is the key things I want to introduce, called missing and with. Yeah, so missing is a way of reuse the class code in multi-classes in hierarchy. The big thing is you can use the functionality of the class, but you don't need to inherit them. You just use them. Yeah. You don't need to become their subclass. How to use the missing? You will use this with keyword. Yeah. Let's go here. I defined missing called flyable. So then you can fly. And also define the bird with this missing. Then the bird can sing, right? Then you call. You also can call this flight method defined in the missing, but this bird is not the subclass, is that one. So that's giving you very powerful and feature. So that means if you found some function in other class, very useful for you, but you don't want to create a subclass of that one because you don't want to get all of them. You just get some of them. Then you can use this missing. Yeah. So that's a very important concept when you do the Flutter development. Okay, so it's so next one actually is error handling. So we gave the demo at the beginning when we defined the list. When we gave the larger index, we get exception. So how do we cache those exception? So that's we can use basic structure. Actually, is a track hash, and they also have final block. Yeah. So let's go here. Yeah. So you can see the basic. The basic is try and catch. So you look at this one. This is definitely wrong because you cannot divide by 0. Anything cannot. Yeah. So, but if you still want the application continue, you need catch this error. So let's run. What happened? So yeah, so your system is still running, and it does tell you you will get infinity value. So that's something wrong. Yeah. Another one is you can catch specific exceptions. If you know some kind of exception will happen. So for example, for this case, you know you will get the integer division by 0 exception. So they show here actually in this new version of Dart 3.5, the Google suggests don't use this one anymore. You just use cache directly because you just get a new, more unnecessary code. Yeah, but we can show here as demo. Yeah, so you can see for this new version of the Dart, they ignore this one, but you can define that way. Yeah. So next one is final. Finally, it means no matter what happens, the statements under the finally block always will be run. Yeah. So no matter what happens here, you always see this line. Yeah, so you can see they already tell you, okay, there's an error here, exception here, but you also always see this last one. And you also can define your own exceptions. So when you go here, you can see you define your own customize. And because when you do your own projects, you have lots of different business requirements. You need define your customized exception. Okay, so here is you define your own, and when you define your customized exception, you always implement from the exception. That's a parent class. Then you have your own, then you can check. So for example, if you call your own exception, you just throw it. Yeah. So let's try. So if we give the value is -1, it will go here. If +1, nothing happened because everything's right? So you can see print and everything is okay. So for example, if you give the -1, you won't see this line because something happened, they will catch. But if that's right, they will run this line, they never go here. They won't go here. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see this is why we use track hash. Yeah. And yeah, so I think the 40 minutes is very quick. If you have time, you can go this GitHub. You will see another topic, 3 topics are also very important. Okay, let me open my camera. So, and another one is they have the concept called later initialization. We say, okay, when you define the object and you want to get right away, or you can get later. Yeah, that's interesting things. Also, for collections, how do you operate the list and the map? Yeah, you will get more information from the different chapters. For example, for chapter 5, that's all related to the cluster, the collections. Is for all the lists, how to do that one, the map there. And for other chapters, yeah, so you can define later initialization, yeah. And so here is actually is how do you define to make sure the non-safety stuff there? Yeah, everything here. All right, so I think that's today. Is any question? If there are no question, I would like to thank you very much. Okay, so that's interesting, similar. Okay, it's simple. Dart actually is quite simple. And especially, yes, if you have the Java background or you have any kind of background, programming language, even you have the PHP, Python, and that's because when the people invite a new programming language, they always get inspiration from others. So today is quite simple, similar. So the Dart is simple. This is why lots of people think of the Flutter. The Flutter is a framework based on the Dart to build a mobile application. Quite simple. So in the coming months or later, I will organize another event just to introduce the Dart Flutter. In the past, we already had many sessions on Flutter, but some people ask me, could we start from the fundamental level? So it's with more solid foundation. I think that's a good idea. And if you are interested in any kind of specific topic, feel free, let me know, and you can send a message to me, and then I can try to organize that one. If I don't have time or it's not my expertise, I can try to invite other experts. Yeah. And so that's all. And if we don't have any question, I would like to thank you everyone. I know this is an online event, and you may from anywhere around the world. So thank you. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Okay. Bye-bye.